Well, look who's back. Let's welcome back to the show Wall Street Journal columnist Bill McGurn. Bill is a terrific, thoughtful, smart writer. Okay, Bill, it's good to see you. Bill, what's your take on this? There's lots of talk about GOP governors sending illegals out of state, but we have a new Economist YouGov poll. A majority of Hispanic voters say 61% think the country is headed in the wrong direction and that we are in a recession. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a lot bigger problem. I don't understand why there's outrage about what the governor of Texas is doing, which is clearly to embarrass the sanctuary cities. And there was yet no outcry about what the Biden administration was doing, flying some of these people to places at midnight. We have a broken system, and it doesn't help that the vice president says the border is secure when it isn't. So it's a mess. Yeah,
and so even the Hispanic voters are still saying no to Biden. And Bill, the other surprising thing, too, is 70% of independent voters also say the economy is on the wrong track. They're going to make up a big chunk, maybe a third of total voters this fall. That's a big deal. Bill, we'd like you to listen to these independent voters and what they think. Watch.
Sure.
Overpromising is the name of the game for this administration, and it's why there's been a steep drop in confidence by independents.
50% of people in this country are registered as independents. And why is that? Because our political landscape is changing. People realize that our system is broken. And so we need to do something to make sure that we're working towards making our democracy back a democracy. I think that that's why the independent voice is so important. We're not in the middle. We're not leaners. We're right in front and we're making decisions.
So it's also hit independents. What do you think, Bill?
Well, first on Latinos, it's not a surprise. Under Trump, I think the average income jumped over the 4 years. A lot of them tend to be in work for small businesses and, not making a lot, working very hard. You're a bodega worker in New York City. You're really working hard. And they see crime and they see taxes and regulation as a threat. And some of them on the border, Texas and Mexico, a couple of border towns elected Republicans for the first time because they're just overwhelmed. Now, independents, I think, they're always the big game. You can count on your base. You can count on the other guy's base to go for him. You're really fighting over that 20 to 30% in the middle where they land. And I think what's exacerbated Joe Biden's problem, in 2020, he won a Hispanic vote. I think it was about 61%, but it was 750,000 fewer than Hillary got. So they have a real problem. The old coalitions are breaking up. A lot of Asian Americans are breaking with the Democratic Party over racial preferences, especially at schools. So I think everything is being shook up.
That's really interesting. And, across the board, for all of these groups, it's the economy, inflation. That's the top issue. Right. I mean, the Democrats may think this could be the abortion election, but it's not. It's the economy and inflation. What do you say to that? Final word.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think abortion may be a motivator for some Democrats who wouldn't vote. But on the whole, the president, someone in that group you interviewed, mentioning overpromise. I mean, he's promised to reshape the economy of tomorrow, to give us new energy, to whip inflation, to whip COVID, and he's done none of these things. All people know is when they go to the grocery store and buy some ground beef and chicken and a few other items, it's a lot higher than it used to be. I think people focus on day-to-day life.
Got it. Bill McGurn, love having you back. It's good to see you again, my friend.
Liz.
We'll have you on again soon. Have a good weekend.